What if you could make 6 satisfying lunches with just 5 main ingredients each, without spending a lot of money and without eating boring diet food every day? Today, I'm showing you 6 simple lunches that are easy to prepare, budget-friendly, and built around foods that can help you stay full while you're working toward your weight loss goals. And don't skip the last one. Number 6 is one of the simplest meals on this list, but it's also one of the best options to prepare ahead for a busy week. Let's start with number 1. 1. Chicken, rice and vegetable bowl. Our first lunch is a classic for a reason, a chicken, rice and vegetable bowl. And the best part is that you probably already have some of these ingredients in your kitchen. You need just 5 main ingredients: chicken breast rice, frozen mixed vegetables, black beans salsa. Start by cooking your rice according to the package instructions. While the rice is cooking, season your chicken with the spices you already enjoy and cook it in a skillet until it's fully cooked. Let the chicken rest for a few minutes, then slice it into bite-sized pieces. Next, heat your frozen vegetables and black beans. Now comes the easy part. Add your rice to a bowl, top it with chicken, vegetables, and black beans, and finish with a spoonful of salsa. That's it. You have a warm, colorful lunch without needing an expensive sauce or a complicated recipe. The reason this combination can work well for a weight loss-friendly meal is that you're bringing together protein from the chicken and beans, fiber from the beans and vegetables, and carbohydrates from the rice. The goal isn't to eliminate carbohydrates, it's to build a meal where the different components work together and keep the portion appropriate for your individual needs. And here's a useful money-saving trick. Use frozen vegetables. They're convenient, last much longer than many fresh vegetables, and can be added to almost any quick lunch. But if you think chicken and rice sounds too repetitive, wait until you see lunch number 2. 2. Tuna and potato bowl. This next one is extremely simple, inexpensive, and surprisingly filling. It's a tuna and potato bowl. You need canned tuna potatoes, frozen peas, plain Greek yogurt, mustard. Start by cooking your potatoes until they're tender. You can boil them, steam them, or microwave them if you're short on time. While the potatoes are cooking, drain your tuna. In a bowl, mix the tuna with plain Greek yogurt and a small amount of mustard. The yogurt gives the tuna a creamy texture without needing a heavy dressing. Then heat your peas. Once the potatoes are ready, cut them into bite-sized pieces and combine everything. You can eat this lunch warm or prepare it ahead of time and enjoy it cold. And there's something important to remember here. Potatoes aren't automatically a problem when you're trying to lose weight. A plain cooked potato can be a simple and affordable source of carbohydrates. What matters is the overall portion, preparation, and what you eat alongside it. Here, the tuna and Greek yogurt provide protein, while the potatoes and peas make the meal more substantial. And because canned tuna and potatoes are generally inexpensive staples, this can be a great option when you're trying to keep your grocery bill under control. But our next lunch takes things in a completely different direction. If you need something you can eat with your hands and take with you, number 3 may be your favorite. 3. EGG and bean wrap for lunch. Number 3, we're making a simple egg and bean wrap, and you only need 5 main ingredients. You'll need eggs, whole wheat tortilla, black beans, spinach, salsa. Start by scrambling 2 eggs in a non-stick skillet. Once the eggs are almost cooked, add a handful of spinach. Let the spinach wilt into the eggs. At the same time, warm your black beans. Now take your whole wheat tortilla and add the eggs, spinach, and beans. Top everything with salsa, roll it up, and your lunch is ready. This meal is particularly useful if you're tired of preparing elaborate lunches. Eggs and beans provide protein, while beans and spinach add fiber and nutrients. And because the ingredients are simple, you can prepare the filling ahead of time and assemble the wrap when you're ready to eat. Here's another trick that can make your week easier. Instead of preparing one lunch every morning, cook several portions of beans and prepare your vegetables in advance. Then you only need to cook the eggs fresh or prepare them ahead according to your preferred meal prep method. That can turn a potentially stressful weekday lunch into a 2-minute assembly job. And now we're halfway through the list. But number 4 is for anyone who wants a lunch that feels a little more like a complete comfort meal. 4. Chicken and sweet potato bowl. This next combination is simple, colorful, and incredibly easy to prepare. The 5 ingredients are chicken breast, sweet potato broccoli, plain Greek yogurt, paprika. Start by cutting your sweet potato into small cubes. Cook the cubes until they're tender. If you have an air fryer, you can roast them until the edges become slightly crispy. While the sweet potato cooks, season your chicken with paprika and cook it thoroughly in a skillet, oven, or air fryer. Then prepare your broccoli. Steaming is simple, but roasting works too. Once everything is cooked, place the chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli in a bowl. Add a spoonful of Greek yogurt on top. The yogurt works as a simple creamy topping without requiring a complicated sauce. This meal gives you a combination of protein, vegetables, and carbohydrates in one bowl. And sweet potatoes don't need to be treated as a diet food. They're simply one carbohydrate option that can fit into a balanced diet. The important thing is the overall amount you eat and how it fits into your daily needs. If you're trying to save money, don't assume you have to buy fresh broccoli every time. Frozen broccoli can work perfectly well here. And now we're getting to number 5. This next lunch uses one of the cheapest protein and fiber foods you can put on your shopping list. 5. Lentil and Egg Bowl. If your goal is to eat well without spending a lot, don't overlook lentils. For this lunch, you'll need lentils, eggs, carrots, spinach, salsa. Start by cooking your lentils until they're tender. If you're using canned lentils, simply drain and rinse them. Next, prepare your eggs. You can boil them, poach them, or cook them in whichever way you prefer. Cook your carrots until they're tender, then add the spinach for the final minute or two. Now place the lentils in a bowl. Add the carrots and spinach, top everything with your eggs, and finish with salsa. It sounds incredibly simple, but that's actually the point. Lentils provide both protein and fiber, which can make them a useful ingredient when you're trying to build meals that are satisfying. They're also inexpensive compared with many animal-based protein sources. And here's my favorite way to make this lunch even easier. Cook a large batch of lentils once. Divide them into individual portions and refrigerate or freeze what you won't use immediately. Now you have the foundation for several lunches without having to start from scratch every day. We've reached the final recipe, and if you're someone who loves meal prep, you'll definitely want to see this one. 6. Chicken, bean, and rice burrito bowl. For our final lunch, we're making a simple burrito bowl, and once again, just 5 main ingredients. You'll need chicken, rice, black beans, corn. Start by cooking your rice. While that's happening, cook your chicken thoroughly and cut it into small pieces. Heat your black beans and corn. Now build your bowl. Start with rice. Add your chicken. Then add black beans and corn. Finish with salsa. That's it. No expensive dressing, no complicated sauce, no long ingredient list. And this is where the recipe becomes especially useful for meal prep. You can cook the chicken, rice, beans, and corn in larger quantities. Then divide them into containers. When you're ready for lunch, simply reheat the meal and add salsa. You've essentially prepared several lunches at once. The combination also gives you several different components in one meal. Protein from the chicken and beans, carbohydrates from the rice and corn, and fiber from the beans. And if you're trying to lose weight, you don't need to make the meal as small as possible. Instead, focus on reasonable portions and building meals that are satisfying enough to help you stay consistent. That's ultimately what makes a meal useful. Eating healthy while trying to lose weight doesn't have to mean buying expensive foods or preparing complicated recipes. Sometimes, the most useful meals are the ones you can make repeatedly without getting overwhelmed. These 6 lunches give you simple combinations of protein, carbohydrates, vegetables, and fiber using affordable ingredients. And remember, your individual calorie and nutritional needs are different, so adjust portions according to your goals, hunger, activity level, and dietary needs. The goal isn't to eat as little as possible. The goal is to build meals that are nutritious, satisfying, affordable, and realistic enough to become part of your routine. If you had to choose just one of these 6 lunches for the entire week, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments, and save this video so you have these ideas ready the next time you need a quick and affordable lunch.